Hi everyone, we're going to discuss about the phylum Platyhelminthes, the four classes. So the first is the class of Torbellaria, which is the free-living flatworms. The second is the class of Monogenia, which is the external flukes. The third is the class of Trematoda, which is the internal flukes. The last is the class of Cystoidea, which is the tapeworms. So, the phylum Platyhelminthes, six characteristics is the first is their body is dorsoventrally flattened. The second is they exhibit bilateral symmetry. Third is also they are trypoblastic with three germs layer. The fourth is they do not have a body cavity and are acolumate. The fifth is the body is soft and unsegmented. The last is they are the mostly parasitic with a few free living. First, we discuss the class Torbellaria. They are mostly free-living bottom dwellers in fresh water and marine environments where they crawl on sand, stone, and vegetation. Torbellarians are named for turbulence that their beating cilia create in the water. So with over 3,000 member species, Torbellarians, they are multicellular flatworms characterized by flattened appearance. They can be found in many aquatic habitats as well as given terrestrial environments. So for this reason, they are very common and easy to find.
What is symmetry is Torbellaria. Torbellarians are the bilaterally symmetrical and largely free-living. However, the group does not include some symbiotic and parasitic species. Most species are small, 1 to 2 mm long, but some terrestrial, triclads, and marine polyclad can grow much larger. So what is the life cycle of Torbellaria? Torbellarians are the hermaphrodites, meaning that each individual animal possesses both male and female anatomy, and when two Torbellarians mate, they inseminate one another. Some species lay eggs encased in round capsules on short stalks. So here we go on the class Monogenia. Monogenian are a group of ectoparasitic flatworms commonly found on the skin, gills, or fins of fish. They have a direct life cycle and do not require an intermediate host. Some monogenians are oviparous and some are viviparous. So, oviparous is a varieties release eggs into the water. And viviparous is a varieties release larvae which immediately attach to the another host. So with over 4,000 species, the class of Monogenia consists of parasitic flatworms that belong to the phylum Platyhelminthes. They are commonly found in aquatic habitats where the majority of species exist as ectoparasites of fish and other organisms. So where are monogenia found? Monogenians are generally found on a bony fishes in freshwater and marine habitats. What is the life cycle of monogenia? Monogenians are usually strictly host-specific and have a single host life cycle. Adult monogenians are hermaphroditic and lay their eggs directly into the water, from which a free-swimming larva will hatch. The larva must infect a host to complete the life cycle. What are the characteristics of the class Monogenia? Monogenians lack respiratory, skeletal, and circulatory system, and have no or weakly developed oral suckers, like the other flatworms. Monogenia have no true body cavity. They have a simple digestive system consisting of a mouth opening with a muscular pharynx and an intestine with no terminal opening or anus.
Class Trematoda. So class Trematoda is also known as flatworms. So Trematoda is a class of phylum Platyhelminthes. So it includes two groups of parasitic flatworms known as flukes. So they are internal parasites of mollusks and vertebrates. So most trematodes have a complex lifestyle within two hosts. So what are the two groups under the class Trematoda? So we have the Aspidogastria and the Diginian trematodes. So these two make up the two major group of trematodas, and the two groups are distinguished based on their structure and developmental process. Class Cystoidea. So class Cystoidea is a class of parasitic worms in the flatworm phylum or the Platyhelminthes. So most of the species are best known. They are those in the subclass Eucystoda, and they are ribbon-like worms as adults. So they are also known as tapeworm. So what are the characteristics of cystodes, class Cystoidea? So cystodes, commonly called tapeworms, are the taxonomic class of Cystoda. So which are parasitic worms. They have a tape-like and segmented body. These animals are hermaphroditic, lack a digestive tract, and do not have a body cavity.